Well, guys, after 8 months, we have finally gotten our update. Obviously, no civs because reasons, but we did get an update, and to be honest, it's exactly what I expected. Lots of just little nerfs and stuff, and I'm happy with that. Not happy that it's all we've gotten in 8 months, but as an update in itself, I quite like it. We're just going to go through here pretty quick. I'm going to point out specifically the things that I enjoy. I'll read pretty much all of it, but I'll point out the things that I like, obviously. I also want to point out the things that I've said needed to change and got changed. Now, obviously, it wasn't just me saying these things, but I do want to point those out when we get to them. And also, I want to remind you guys that Saturday, we're doing a Legacy stream and going to be doing some multiplayer, so jump in on there. That'll be lots of fun. Let's get into this. Campaigns. Fix the appearance of the villagers. Replace the grenadiers of the barbarian pirates with Humbarakis. Okay, that's fine. Battle of... I'm not going to be able to say that, but fix the appearance of the villagers. Replace the grenadiers of the Moroccans with Humbarakis. Perfectly fine. Localizations. This doesn't really have anything to do with me, but they fixed some names for different languages. If you care about that stuff, I speak English, so that's not really have anything to do with me. Civilization balance. Here we go. Units and buildings. African bandit catamaran. Damage multiplier against guardians. Now only applies to water guardians. That was good. You could use that to get treasures too easily on that one map. Chevalier. House of Wittelsbach. House Wittelsbach, I think it is. Melee damage against skirmishers improved 2.75. If that affects Prince Chevaliers, that's actually a pretty nice little buff there to German ones, so that's good. I think that's good. Fishing boats reduce sound volume of fishing. Okay, I think that's good. Hand shock infantry slightly increase obstruction radius from 0.49 to 0.59 for Chaskis, Chimu runners, Coyote runners, disciples, rotten shields, Shoto warriors, and tiger claws. So that's just a nerf to pretty much all hand shock infantry. A good nerf, I think. They're so effective. If you've seen some of my recent videos. So I'm glad with that change. Hot air balloon fixed a bug that made descending hot air balloons count as unit losses. Whatever. Inquisitor costs increased to 110 coin from 100 coin. And train time increased to 45. Now, if you just see that, you think that's not enough nerf to them with how German and Russian teams get them. But there's more nerfs to specifically that Russian card, so Inquisitors will be fine after this. Javelin Rider XP reward corrected to 11, down from 12. Lipka Tatar. Range damage reduced to 10 from 12.5, that seems fine. Mounted Rifleman no longer considered a counter-skirmisher. Gonna have to check what that means. I don't know quite what the point of that would be. Napoleonic gun cost increased to 475 coin from 450. That seems fine. Royal Dragoon ranged increased to 17 from 16. That's good. A little too short a range, I think, with how slow they shoot. Uku Pirate fixed the non-functional melee attacks in the melee stance. Okay, finally. If y'all didn't know, there was a unit that literally dealt 0 hand attack damage. While it was supposed to be doing hand attack damage. Cards and technologies. 11 Renegade Spanish. Cost increased to 600 from 500. So that is basically just nerfing the Aztec Rush. Fan of that. Orosund Customs. House of Oldenburg now also affects American citadels attained by the Maya's native settlement. I'm not quite sure what that card is, or what the upgrade is. Semitism no longer grants Lipka Tatars +1 range on top of the default range increase. That's fine. These never seemed too OP to me, but, like, you know, they were pretty strong, so I understand that. Sudanese Red Sea Trade, technology research time increased to 30 from 10. I think that was a little OP for Mexico, so I'm understandable with that nerf. Or I understand the purpose of it. Seems good. Team 3 villagers for Aztec Ethiopians. Haudenosaunee, I think is it. Haudenosaunee, I don't know. I forget. Only one of these cards can now be sent per team. Perfectly good. War Ceremony. Reduce the effectiveness of the War Ceremony by 2.5% on average. The War Ceremony is just attack increase, I think, so that's good. Late game, some of those units get a little bit wild. Aztecs, 11 Mayan allies. Cost increased to 600 coin from 500 coin. That's good. The 9 Zapotecs get the same thing, so that's just more nerfs to the rush. Great Temple of Quetzalcoatl support. Move age 3, 500 coin, move to age 4. Cost doubled to 1,000 coin, and Jaguar Proud Knight increased to 12. So that is nerfing that JPK rush I've been doing. That's good. Excuse me. Otaten Slinger. Increased train time and cost to 25 seconds, and 40 food, 35 wood. So that's just an extra 5 wood. That seems fine. British Queen's Rangers, age 4, the Glorious Revolution. Corrected the technology effects by removing the unmentioned swap of Longbowmen cards with Ranger cards. That's the Church Tech, age 4 one. Rangers, age 4, now also researches the Guard Rangers upgrade. That's that age 4 card that no one was using because you could just get it through the Queen's Ranger card. But now it's gonna Shadow Tech your Rangers. So that's actually gonna be useful now. I'll probably try that out. Ranger can now also be trained in American Citadel. Blah blah blah. Yeah, okay, whatever. This is bug fixed. Chinese Disciple, train time doubled to 14 seconds. That's good. The rush was too good there. Hand Mortar. Guys, I work with too much hay and straw for this. My throat is just getting messed up. Hand Mortar, damage multiplier against siege troopers reduced to 2x, down from 6x. That's good. The Bayang Army, age 3, 800 food, cost increased to 2,000 food. I don't play China much, so those changes look good. Dutch Belinda Hatem now upgrades Akan and Cobia to champion status, up from elite, but the build limit of 30 no longer scales with additional Akan settlements. That's one thing I advocated for, so that's one that it get the age 4 upgrade. So it's going to be a little more useful in 1v1s, a little less useful in team games where there were Akan on the map, so that's fine. Team Cohorn Mortars, age 4, now improves the hand mortar attack. The hand mortar attack of all Grenadier type units, as opposed to just Grenadiers. I'm a little confused to that, because it seems to be doing two things. It increases the hand attack, and it now increases other things, not just Grenadiers. Because I didn't think it affected the hand attack before. I'm not sure. I might have to check that. Because if it does increase the hand attack, that might be, you might be able to pair that with the Japanese grenade launchers card and improve samurai attack. So that might be crazy. Ward Gelders, age 2, now arrives in 40 seconds, down from 60 seconds. And Ward Gelders, cheaper Swiss pikemen, can again be trained in age 2, but now have minus 20% of their original strength, up from 10%, which is restored upon reaching age 3. That's good. I like that change. It's a pretty useless card, but maybe it'll have some uses now. Ethiopians, Aban, healing range. I'm kind of disappointed there's no mercenary changes, though, to the Dutch mercenary card, but I'll live. Aban, healing range and reduced to 14 and 6. Okay, so it's just nerfing the healing. That's good. Can no longer be trained in batches. Oh, okay, that makes sense. But individual train time improved to 24 seconds. Okay, I understand that. Beekeepers, age 2, fixed a bug of this card, not improving food gather rates of hacienda obtained through a Mexican team card. Fazagli? I don't know. Gold, fixed a bug that this card, not improving. Okay, that's another one just for the hacienda. Mission Fervor, Portuguese allies. This church technology now restores the original upgraded healing rate of Abans to 15 seconds. So basically, when you get that upgrade at the church, it'll just change this back to its base. So that's nice. Mountain Monastery, line of sight reduced to 32. Makes sense. Prize Bowl reduced to cattle's amount of fattened food to 600 from 750. Makes sense. French Revolution no longer grants a mortar. Okay, client states fix an issue. It's just bug fixes, so now that one that gives you resources for every trade post you have should be fixed. Guillotine fixed a bug that resulted in the card granting wood instead of food. That's strange. Norse Hunters, Napoleonic era. Horse Hunters. Now increases the damage multipliers by 1.5 against heavy cavalry and 1.2 against shock infantry, down from 2x and 1.5x. That's good. The Napoleon Dragoons could get 5x versus heavy cavalry, which is just insane. I like that change. Napoleonic era fixed a glitch that resulted in refunding resources on card arrival. That was what was messing things up. That's a massive nerf. Because that was like, that's a lot of resources you get back. Sans Scolate now trains only 30% faster than CDBs, down from 40%. Okay. Ulan melee damage reduced to 35 from 37. Good change, I think. A little bit OP. Lipa Zanzna. Zanzna? I don't know. Cavalry now increases Ulan attack hit points by 20%. So a buff to Ulan's late game. I actually agree with that. Nerf for them earlier on, though. Haudenosaunee, Tomahawk Warrior, no longer considered a gunpowder trooper, so that's a nerf. I don't know what else they would consider it now, so that's gonna... I don't know how upgrades will affect that now exactly, but okay. Town Destroyer, H2 improves War Chief siege damage now by plus 1,000%, down from plus 1,400%. Makes sense, good change there. Inca, Atakarki. Atarki? Concha, I'm just, you know what? From now on, I'm just going to say it, and blame me if I say it bad. Concha House wood trickle improved from 0.45 wood per second to 0.6. That's a nice buff to treaty and late game. Shima Runner train time reverted to 27 seconds from 30. Understandable. Haraka added 10% siege resistance. Makes sense. Jungle Bowman poison effect now inflicts 25% more damage against heavy cavalry and hand shock infantry. So that's a nice boost there. Jungle Bowmen are going to go back to doing more damage against heavy cavalry, which they're supposed to. That's good. Stronghold. Man, I'm so sorry, guys. This is just bad. Stronghold. Fixed the incorrect displayed number of projectiles to 8 from 6. Base damage reduced to 8 from 10. A little nerf there. Supai Ceremony now spawns Macemen at the same rate as Tokala soldiers or Skull Knights. I don't know if that's more or less, but okay then. It's kind of disappointing because Macemen aren't like a unique thing. You can train them. So I don't really like doing them at the ceremony place, but yeah. Indians. Battlefield construction fixed a bug that prevented the Mansabar Sepoy from constructing Indian buildings. Okay. Land reforms now also affects the construction speed of mango groves. Okay. Rocketeers now also adds a 1.25 damage multiplier against all infantry units to all arsonist attacks. That's actually a pretty nice buff. I like that. Siege Elephant range resistance increased to 35%, up from 30%. That seems fine. The Raj fixed a bug with the Hindu villager cost increasing by plus 5 wood instead of 5 food when the foreign trading company's card was sent. Okay. Italians, 3 spies, now takes 25 seconds to arrive. 3 priests, 25 seconds. These are all just decreasing the time those shipments of units arrive. So it's Schiavone, Papal Guards, priests, and spies, but not the cavalry or the other guy. So that's good. Papal Arsenal card moved to 3, age 3, so that will allow you to use Papal units better earlier on. Papal Guard hit points increased to 220, so that's 20 extra. The charged hook attack now inflicts damage in an area of 1. I like that change. Seems pretty good. The Papal Guard, the guard upgrade costs for halberdiers, pikemen, and proviziers are now set to 200 wood, 200 coin, instead of 600 wood for guard proviziers, 300 wood, 300 coin for guard halberdiers, and free guard pikemen. So that's just basically making them all the same. That's good. Usury improves the conversion ratio of wood and food into coin to 30%. That's good. I think that's good if that's a buff. Japanese, 47 Ronin, Massless Samurai, speed increased to 6 from 5.5. Not sure the point about that, but that's okay. Ninjutsu Tsukai added the 5x damage multiplier against native warriors for consistency with the regular ninja. That's fine. Samurai siege damage reduced to 60. Thank you. Team Odutsu mortars. Here it is. This is Nathan's number 2 suggestion. Samurai mortar attack range reduced to 7 from 12. So they're gonna have normal siege range and not be able to nuke your base from wherever. No longer adds the incendiary grenades technology to the Golden Pavilion. So much worse at sieging. I still don't think they need to have grenades at all. There's no reason for that. But this is certainly better. I'm just going to sip my coffee real quick. That feels better. Lakota, 13 Bison, age 4 infinite, reduced to 11 Bisons. Good. New 18 Bison, age 4 card added. That's good. Bow Rider, range damage reduced to 18. Makes sense, but the damage against heavy cavalry is increased. That's good. C-10 Bowman, damage multiplier against heavy infantry is reduced. I guess that's mostly for rushes, but you know, that affects late game pretty too. Except people always just use the other thing. So I guess just the rush is weakened there. A lot of rush is getting weakened, and I like that, personally. Lakota Warchief can no longer slow down enemy units with melee attacks, so no snaring for him. That is the most annoying explorer to deal with, age 1. He gets up on your explorer, and you just... I can't do anything now. That's nice, though. Heyoka, age 4 now, also enables your Warchief to slow down units with attacks. So he'll be able to snare late game. That's fine. Maltese, fixed gun population reduced to 5 from 6. Wowzers, okay. So that means if I have 5 of them now, if I have 6 of them, I can have 6 of them where before I would have 5 for 30 population. So that's nice when you think about it like that. Grandmaster now grants 70 XP when downed, up for 45. Can now construct commanderies instead of outposts. Big, good change, because you really need commanderies out early instead of outposts, so I like that. Trip to Jerusalem. Resource cap reduced to 1,200 from 1,500. Fine change. Wing the Court constructions now also improves gather rates from allied cherry orchards. Okay then. 1 frigate, age 4 infinite, fixed a bug that turned this card into a team card. Okay. 3 outposts, Central American Revolution card added. Advanced frontier defenses, Central American Revolution card removed. So basically, they just switched the 3 outposts that also gave you the age 3 upgrade with just a normal 3 outpost card. Cool with that. Filibuster, Baja California Revolution, siege damage increased to 25 from 24. Whatever. General now grants 70 XP when downed. Good. Rio Grande Revolution, 4 culverins reduced down to 3. Oh, thank you. 9 soldados reduced to 6. So the nerfs there to some of the revolts, pretty good. Yucateco Insurgente, remove the .x negative multiplier of the charge last attack against rifle riders and mounted grenadiers. Okay. Ottomans, 12 Janissaries, age 4, unit count increased to 14. Capicula Corps, age 4, Palace Intrigue. The melee armor increase not only applies to the Sipahi style heavy cavalry. Thank you. Those cavalry were way too OP. Topku Corps, cost increased to 2,000 from 1,700. I believe that's the 3 Great Bombards, I believe. Nizam Fusilier, range and stand ground mode stance reduced to 18 from 20. Nice. Sipahi cards, food cost of industrial age Sipahi cards now increased by plus 50 for every Sipahi. So age 3, the Sipahi cards are going to be just as strong, but age 4 they're nerfed, so that's good. And they just cost more now. Portuguese, Feitorias, food trickle reduced from 0.4 food per second to 0.36. I'm not really a ports 1v1 player, so I don't really know how that affects. I know some people think they're weak, some people think they're good, but whatever. Grape Shot, this is what I care about. Age 4 now improves rate of fire by only 0.25. Good change. Fan. That's another thing I called for, is the nerfing of that card. So, and specifically, I think I said it's rate of fire. So that is change number 3. Russian, 6 Cossacks increased to 7. I actually just recently said this, so that's change number 4. Blockhouse Cannon now also sends a Falconet, so that's cool. That's the card that lets your blockhouses train Falcons. So that's going to be a fun card now to play around with. The Net's blockhouse hit point improvement reduced to plus 20% from plus 25%, but now also activates Frontier blockhouses. So you're gonna ship that, and I forget what card that is. Detonets. But now that's going to be like a instant Age 3 upgrade for them, so that's cool. So some blockhouse focus here. Porchick changed the cost ratio from 210 food. From 210 food, 150 coin, to 210 food, 150 coin. From 150 food, 210 coin. I'm actually not a fan of that, because Porchicks were already really strong. That seems like a buff, and I don't like that. I guess late game it's not a buff, and I guess normal games I guess it's a buff for normal games, so not really late game, so I guess that's okay. And they do need nerf for late game, though, if y'all recently watched that video. They are just insane. Russian America Company. Card added no longer activates Frontier blockhouses, so that's a nerf to the US as well, I believe. I'll have to check that. Gather rate for huntables reduced to 20%. Nice. So they have the Russian America Company card now. That's fun. This is very blockhouse focused. I like that. Definitely going to play around with that. Team Patriarchy, age 2, now reduces Inquisitor train time and cost by only minus 15% instead of minus 50%. Whoo-wee! Let's go. Let's go. That's good. New Tree of Mozhak. Mozhesk? Age 2, 350 food. Delivers 4 Royal Huntsmen and allows you to train additional Royal Huntsmen from the Royal Infancy. Gonna play with that. That looks fun. Seems pretty cool. Spanish Marvelous Year. Gather rate improvements reduced to plus 15%, down from plus 20%. Fine change. Dark Hall Pikemen for Swedes. Cost reduction. Change from 40 wood, 20 food. Change to 20 wood, 20 food. From 25 wood, 25 food. So that's 10 more total resources, but less food. So that's actually, that's a pretty good nerf there for them late game. Hackapellet no longer classified as hand cavalry. Hit points reduced to 246 from 252, and melee damage to 24. That seems like a fine change. They're a little bit OP, I felt. But I didn't call for that, so I won't add that. Hand infantry / hand cavalry age 2 card removed, but cavalry damage card added. So your Landsknecht won't be as strong, but your Doppelsoldners and stuff will be the same. Finn horses now increases Hussar and Hackapellet's hit points by plus 20%, up from 15%. So better Hussars for Swedes, so that's fun. Note this also applies to the Finnish Revolution card that affects Dragoons, Cossacks, Princhniks, and Cavalry Archers too. So that's fun. Stronger Dragoons with that revolt. March of the Hackapellets. Speed improvement reduced to plus 0.1 down from plus 0.15. That seems fine. United States, this is one thing people were looking for. Buffalo Soldiers now also increases Carbine Cavalry by plus 1, but don't worry. Carbine Cavalry age 3 have a minus 1, so 13 range base. So basically it'll be 13 range and then back to their normal 14 range after you send that card. That's fine. General now grants 70 XP when downed, up from 45. Kentucky Hunters now sends 4 Alhoots, down from 5. Pennsylvania Cavalry corrected cost from 625 food to 625 coin. Good job. Russian American Company no longer. Okay, that's just the Russian America change. Scottish Immigrants fixed an issue regarding capturable trading posts not being considered by this card. State Capital, so I guess that would be on like Silk Road maps. State Capital XP reward reduced to 200, down from 300. That's pretty big. Take another sip of coffee. I'm burning through this. That's good coffee. State Capital XP, or no, Virginia Plan now takes 50 seconds to arrive, up from 40. I forget what card that is. Not sure. So, Revolutions. Revolting now takes 15 seconds to complete, up from 10. Fine change. Revolutionary. All revolutionaries in Duravats have their speed reduced to 4.5 down from 5. That's fine. Ottoman Expedition Army, Barbary States, Indonesia, cost reduced to 1,500 coin from 1,600. Still not going to be sent, but that's okay. Here's some changes people are looking for. Mounted Grenadaro. Change cost to 130 food, 50 coin, up from 150 food. So you will no longer, as Argentina, be able to spam Mounted Grenadaros by having 200 cows, something I have done. Very fun, but, you know, thankfully nerfed. Range resistance reduced to 20%, down from 30%. Range attack now only deals 50% damage against light cavalry and 25% damage against artillery and villagers. I'm fine with that change if they remove the light ranged infantry tag, or light ranged cavalry tag, but they haven't. So it's not going to be very good against skirmishers anymore. It's going to be good against like musketeers and hand infantry. Not as much other things though. Oh well, it needed nerfed. Probably a little over nerf, I think, but that's okay. Area of attack radius decreased to 2, down from 2.5. Grenadaros, this card no longer enables cows. That's fine. Barbary States, 16 Barbary Warriors. Infinite increased to 18. Barbary Combat now increases Barbary Warrior hit points and damage by plus 20% from plus 15. That's good. Barbary Warriors, siege damage increased to 16 from 13. Cost decreased to 90 food from 100 food. That's fine. Brazil, Voluntario da Patria, movement speed increased to 4.75 from 4.5. That's because they all got nerfed, and this one's just getting buffed back up a tiny bit more. Chile, Revolution now delivers 6 Hussars of Death, down from 8. That is good. Good change. I have my own views about the Revolution as a whole, but that's a good change. Fishing Fleet corrected the amount of dock wagons to 1 from 2. Perfectly fine. Finland, Blackberries can now be sent infinitely as intended. Good. Turku Academy fixed a glitch that resulted in explorer abilities being pushed outside the UI through the addition of field hospitals and surgeons. Good change there. Hungary, this is change number 4, and also 5. But, you know, 6 Grenadiers Infinite now sends Hungarian Grenadiers instead of generic ones, because it would send Imperial ones that were separate from your Hungarian Grenadiers. Definitely would also do a little bit more with the Hungarian Grenadier apart from that, but that's fine. Magyar Hussar fixed an issue where the unit did not have increased hit points and damage across all Hungarian revolutions. It only had it for the Ottomans. None of the others got that. So good change there. Now it's going to be the flat. It's just going to be a base unit now, which is good. Cossack, this Russian unit no longer upgrades to guard status. Okay, Delhi, this Ottoman unit is no longer upgraded to royal guard status. Good. Kovat's Legion now sends 9 improved Magyar Hussars, down from 15, and no longer improves their hit points. I'm going to have to check that out. Is this going to be the 3-pop Magyar Hussars? I'm going to have to check this. This might be the 3-pop Magyar Hussars we're getting now. I'm gonna check that afterward. Magyar Hussars, this spawn card, now costs 500 coin to send. Good. Haiti, Maroon movement speed increased to 5 from 4.5. Indonesia, 6 Javanese Spearmen increased to 20. Good. Ake Pepper exports now re-enable settlers and merchants costing food instead of citizens costing coin. Dutch merchants that cost food are now called Batavian merchants. Interesting. Sumatran elephants infinite fixed a bug that resulted in increasing the war elephant population by +1 every time the card was sent. That was hilarious little bug. So glad this changed. New Yoga Kata resistance, 250 food, converts all Javanese spearmen into revolutionaries. Interesting. Romania, Wallachian horse archers reduce the cavalry archer hit points penalty to -25%, down from -33%. I don't think it needs to be any negative, but, you know, whatever. South Africa, factory, card removed, whatever. 4 war wagons, card added. This card sends guard war wagons. Wagon warfare now enables guard war wagons instead of imperial war wagons as stables, but also allows researching imperial still. So that's a good change. Continental Army now improves state militia instead of Prussian Uhlans. Okay. That's it. What do y'all think? I like the changes. I think there is 5 things in there that I said need changed that got changed. Definitely going to be testing out some of these things. Specifically, the Russian stuff looked especially fun. Again, I know it's not much for 8 months of waiting for an update. Especially since we expected a DLC this time of year. But, you know, I expected it, to be honest. I expected less than this, to be honest. So really, it's not what we should have got, but it's happier than I thought we were going to get. Or it's more than I thought we were going to get. So, I like it. Good. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And, yeah, let me know what you'll think.